Geraldton, a small city located on the western coast of Australia, is a town renowned globally for its stunning beaches and idyllic windsurfing conditions. Enthusiasts travel from afar to surf our coast and face these challenging conditions. Winds often reach 75 km per hour, and this year's strongest recorded gust exceeded 110 km per hour. These winds are so absurdly stable and strong that trees are often found growing sideways. Much attention is paid to these beaches, but there's an ocean much less spoken about, and it's in the Eels. A eel range runs behind Geraldton parallel to the ocean. These mesa-style hills are a result of sediment deposit and were once many years ago underwater. Rumour of seashells and other oceanic remnants being found at the top of these hills has regularly circulated town. Intrigued and itching for adventure, Mason and I decided we'll find out for ourselves. Farmland, rivers and Australians' unforgiving wildlife separates us from these hills. Farmers are easy to anger if they find you crossing their property. Rivers are cold and often unsettlingly deep during winter. And wildlife, well, I'm sure you've heard. Carrying sleeping bags, tent, camera gear and enough food to sustain us for 2 days and 1 night will be slow moving. Without reception and minimal first aid equipment, being bitten by the common brown snake will result in death. What you see next is this story.
So we're leaving for the hike. It's 7:06 right now. Let's stop 2 kilometers in for our first rest, and then we're going to keep walking until we get to where we think we're going to camp. Set up a campfire, see what happens, come back in the morning.
We just saw some farmers and they drove away. We're in the clear now, so for the whole trip we're good. So guys, we had our first stop, official stop, and we're just taking a little break, just refueling, getting all the energy levels up. Yeah guys, there's a lot of flies here, a lot of bugs. It's very annoying, but yeah, we can't do anything about it.
There's a lot of weeds through all this brush, and it's like cutting up our legs, but we'll be good, you know.
So we had a second destination. Yeah, it's very peaceful, and we ended up taking our shirts off, as you can see. Very hot. Very good day today though. It's beautiful. Almost is over about a K.5 away, and he kind of saw us. Might have not, but we're a bit sketched out about it because he's hopped in his car and he's been driving around a little bit. We're gonna have to make a move here, and we're gonna have to sneak over to these big hills. And yeah, we're gonna have to do it now, or we're gonna get caught. So we're gonna have to do it now.
Yeah, let's get it.
Right, mates, let's go.
Oh, Justin, you good? You good? You good, bro?
Was that on video?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm good, my bro. It's really expensive.
Yep.
If that water is out, we're drinking dam water tonight.
Yeah, we're drinking dam water.
Anything for the water. We need to be hydrated.
Okay, talk, Justin.
So we just went through a tough hill, as you can see. Very tough hill. And we kind of lost a little bit of water, but we're all good for the day. We chased away from the farmer. You can't catch us now. There's a big open field here. You never know if you catch a farmer here. It's very, very suspicious, but we'll get through it. And right now, we can actually hear the farmer's utes. We can hear them driving around. And we're in the middle of nowhere, so clearly, he's driving, he's looking, he saw us. So we did the impossible and we chased away the farmer. We got out of his land.
and it's super steep. You won't be able to see how steep it is, but it's so much effort just moving a meter.
Okay, so guys, we made it on top here of the hill, and it was a crazy one. Just chill out for a little bit, get our energy levels back up and all. But yeah, look at the amazing view. So we're just taking a good old feed here under the beautiful trees with the beautiful amazing view. Just had a good little break, just fueled up. Now we're heading on some different farmland. This farmer is more angry, but we're gonna get over the caves. We're gonna set up camp, get some firewood, and yeah, that'll be it. So we're just coming across a little bush tucker, and it's just a South African boxton. Very sweet tomatoes, and it's actually very good. We've been walking a little bit on this road, probably a couple of k's, and it's very tough, very hot. We're probably a little bit dehydrated, sound a bit dehydrated, but we're almost there, about another 2 k's to our next stop, and we'll swallow down some water. Completely dragged out, about 4.5, maybe 5 hours in. We're in the middle of nowhere right now, but about another 3 hours we'll get to our camp destination spot. But yeah, for now, keep you guys updated, right? Made it down this big hill right here. It was very, very steep.
So we just stopped at the dam we were talking about. We went over the other side and we found this little spot here, and it wasn't like this as we came, but we think it's a good camping spot. So we sweeped out the ground, got rid of all the sticks and all the bark, broke some sticks up for the campfire, and set up some rocks for the campfire. The time is 12:45, and we have officially done 14,000 steps, so we're about 13 k's. One of the biggest fire ant nests I've ever seen in my life. So what we're doing is we're getting the fire going. We're going to use the embers and put the embers down the fire ant hole, and hopefully that kills the fire ants.
So guys, after a few minutes of working on the fire, we got it started completely nicely. When we were busy packing some wood, something strange happened, but I hit myself and I knocked myself out, and he legitimately catched me. He caught me, and then he was shaking me. He thought I was joking. He wakes me up and he tells me everything. I did not believe him. So I'm just taking some just normal bushiness for the mattress. Okay, have enough of them. Chuck it out. And then there's a lot more support, a lot more.
Yeah, so we'll land here and we heard a car passing, and it was actually the farmer that owns this land, and he stopped right up above us, and he jumped out of his car, and me and Justin were a little scared that he was going to kick us out and we'll have to pack up and hike again, but he was a nice bloke. He asked us where we came from and how far we'd walked and blah blah blah, and if we're camping, and probably was just a bit sus to let us stay, so he's a pretty nice fella.
So we're just eating our first little dinner here. You know, a little tired, but get this done. We can go to bed early and get on nap.
So the time's 5:50. We woke up at 5:30 and just got the fire going again. We went to bed about 6:45 and then had about 4 hours of sleep. Woke up, did the fire, and then so on until now. So like 12 hours of broken sleeping. Last night we were going for a walk and the farmer spotted us and he came over and we were thinking, oh, he's going to be pissed, like he's already been nice to us and he can't be nice to us again. But he actually stopped and he was like, oh, you're walking onto someone else's property. They're not as nice as me, they don't like people walking on their property, but yeah, just come over back to where you're camping and you're fine. And then he asked us if we had enough food and water. So real great bloke, should be gone by 6:30, 6:40 and we'll start hiking back and try and get back by about 11. The time is 6:20 and we're just about to start eating our breakfast. Whoa. Once we get this done, as you see, we've got everything packed up, we're gonna head off and hopefully we get back home in a reasonable amount of time.
Okay guys, so yesterday with the embers and the ant hole, we didn't end up putting it in because we didn't really want to irritate the fire ants, because we want to have a peaceful night without getting bitten or anything. So we're gonna, before we leave, we're gonna just chuck some embers in that hole and not get burned. That was very nice. So we're gonna chuck some embers in there and we'll see what they're reckoning. Oh, nice. Very, very hot embers. My hand is destroying. I'm trying not to yell on the video, but it is hurting. Okay, this was a good night in this place. Now we're heading off.
Last night I realised that I actually lost my jumper and I love that jumper, and we're watching back the recordings and we didn't know where I'd actually lost it. But we have been walking, only walked a couple hundred metres, but right around here we actually found my jumper, which makes me very happy. Our first oceanic remnant. So here we have a succulent, and the reason this is so odd is because succulents usually only grow near the ocean. As we've been walking along this ridge here, this ledge, we're finding more and more succulents.
So we're just heading down the steep hill now, different way than last time. Then we're gonna go back home.
So we just got down to the bottom and we're crossing the fence line now. We're gonna make it over to that rock formation over there, cross over that, and then we're basically home. We got another 2 k's of walking, a bit of farmland, but mostly on the road till we get back to Justin's house.